Hello, it's Super and we're back with another video. What are we doing today?
So some more shocking information just came out about a Miss South African finalist. Let's just check out this clip first, and then you tell me what you think about it.
An ongoing investigation by Home Affairs has found prima facie indications of fraud committed by Chidima Adetshina's mother. The Department of Home Affairs herewith provides an update on the ongoing investigation into the citizenship of Miss Chidima Adetshina, a contestant in the upcoming Miss SA event. The reason for the ongoing nature of the investigation is that its scope has broadened since the original request received from the organisers of Miss SA based on the information uncovered by Home Affairs investigators thus far. The department nonetheless provides this update to the public based on that official request and consent. We will provide a final update once the investigation is concluded. Upon receiving the request for investigation, the department deployed every resource at its disposal to establish the truth. This has included archival research, visits to hospitals, and site visits to verify information. From the information we have uncovered thus far, the Department of Home Affairs can indicate that prima facie reasons exist to believe that fraud and identity theft may have been committed by the person recorded in Home Affairs records as Chidima Adetshina's mother. Adetshina herself could not have participated in the alleged unlawful actions of her mother, as she was an infant at the time when the activities took place in 2001. An innocent South African mother, whose identity may have been stolen as part of the alleged fraud, suffered as a result because she could not register her child. The department has broadened its investigation to identify and pursue any officials involved in the alleged scheme and is obtaining legal advice on the implications of the alleged fraudulent activity on Adetshina's citizenship status. And finally, upon the completion of the investigation, Home Affairs intends to press criminal charges and convict all implicated parties. This case, which stems from alleged fraudulent activities committed 23 years ago, highlights the urgent need for the digital modernization of Home Affairs applications, adjudication and verification processes to insulate the department against fraudulent interference, similar to the reforms undertaken at the South African Revenue Service in the late 2000s. The case also highlights the reason for the department's blocking of certain duplicate IDs and that the court-ordered unblocking of these documents must be handled with caution. Throughout this process, Home Affairs is guided by our commitment to both restoring and upholding the rule of law as well as the rights of all parties.
So what are your thoughts on all of that?
What? You know, I love our intuition as a country. Our intuition as a country. Like, we just knew it, we could smell it, and we were like, no, something's up, something's wrong. We obviously did not expect to uncover this. But well, damn. Well, damn.
So based on the information we have so far, the Miss SA organization should disqualify her.
Should definitely.
Should disqualify her. But before they could even come to that decision, Chidima put out a statement herself.
She did.
She dropped out.
How did I miss that?
She dropped out.
Oh boy. How did I miss it? She dropped out. She did a good thing though.
I say it's a little too late.
It's a little too late,
Too
honestly.
late. She should have
Like
dropped
now
out.
she's dropping out now because it touched home.
Now there's criminal charges that could affect her family.
Yes.
So she should have dropped out when
people were crying that you were not a representation
Yeah,
of.
especially after that video came out where she was celebrating with her Nigerian family, and then there was an outrage from South Africans.
Yes.
I think she should have dropped out.
That would have been a genuine dropout from
Yes.
us. I would have taken that as like,
She should have just
thank
dropped
you.
out
You're
then.
really taking, our feelings into consideration and like you being genuine about you. No, it's not a genuine dropout. Now it's like, well, now,
Now she let it get to a point where now her family members are being criminally investigated by Home Affairs. And because of her actions, her mother could end up in jail and she could be deported. We don't know what might happen
Was
to
it
her.
worth it? Like, was it worth it?
This is the main reason why her mother was probably so quiet.
So quiet.
She didn't want to be involved
knew,
because she didn't want people to investigate her or look into her deeply.
Yeah.
Into who she is and where she comes from. All
What
that
if
stuff
they
like that.
don't even know the truth? That's what I'm thinking. Like, I think she knows that her mom something is Mozambican.
She knows her mom's Mozambican. She just knows.
Do you think she knew, like, she's fully Mozambican?
I'm speculating that when Chidima was born, her mother registered her as a South African baby under a South African mother.
Yeah.
But as she grew up, her mother probably just told her that, no,
But do
because you were
think-
born here.
But the audacity, though, like, do you think she'd have the audacity to?
Well, her mother probably told her that because you're born here, you are South African. She probably didn't tell her the details
The details
of how she got her
what it-
citizenship and all that.
Absolutely.
But she's like, you're South African, relax,
Yeah.
go do whatever you want to do, and just live your life, you know. And then Chidima went on to enter this competition. So her mother was probably suspecting that they wouldn't find this information.
Yes.
She's probably thinking that whoever done her fraud for her probably did it well enough to that it doesn't get detected.
Yeah.
And that's probably why her mother didn't tell her to stop doing this or to exit the competition.
And I mean, it's
earlier
been
and all that stuff.
23 years now. No one's knocking at your door.
The beautiful thing about all of this, right, is that the whole of Africa is watching.
Yes.
The whole of Africa is watching.
And all the ones that were acting, telling us we are xenophobic, we are what.
So I want the whole of Africa to see what is actually happening.
What? This is what's happening
So,
in our country. This
in South
happens
Africa,
all the time.
These kind of things happen
All the time.
Every single
More
day.
often than not.
It happens every
What
single
were the
day.
chances a person who had the audacity to go enter Miss South Africa and be in the limelight has a sketchy past, has a sketchy,
So now that you see why South Africans are complaining about certain foreign nationals, why South Africans are complaining about Nigerians,
Yes.
why South Africans are complaining about Zimbabweans and so forth, you have a clear-cut example.
It's
of
not
what's
because
happening.
we are hateful people,
So-
we hate people, we hate Africans, but we hate what is being done in our country. We hate people that are coming with the wrong intentions, and that we get it. Everybody needs to hustle for their family, but I get that part. But don't do it at the expense of other people. That's just foul.
Let's just look at all the implications of what this identity theft has done to an innocent South African woman and her family. Let's forget about all the other complaints that we have as South Africans. Let's forget about the drug dealing, the human trafficking, all this other stuff that we usually complain about, scamming and all that.
Yeah.
Let's just look at identity theft. This is a case of a foreign national stealing someone else's identity in order to register a child as a South African. So what this means is that the person's identity who was stolen, the person's ID becomes invalid. So that person literally becomes a ghost.
Yeah, you don't exist
to the government.
Yes.
You don't exist to the government anymore. And what does that mean? That means you cannot do anything which requires
your ID, which
Nothing.
is a lot.
Because before they gave me my confirmation, they've been saying that this girl has been trying to get a smart card, but she's not submitting her clinic cards. And I did submit my clinic cards. I submitted information from my primary school, high school, stating that I've been using this, and my birth certificate stating I've been. But still, at Home Affairs, they are not giving me a new ID, because at this point, the only thing I need is a new ID to carry on with my life. And I don't have a matric certificate, meaning I won't graduate. I'm basically non-existent. So if you know anyone who can assist me or who assisted her regarding this ID duplication issue, please do reach out. This is a very serious matter. I basically cannot do anything. I literally cannot do anything, because now my fingerprints have been blocked. And I only found out yesterday on the 16th of February 2024 that my fingerprints are blocked. I no longer own that ID. I don't have an ID now. I will go to my face on Monday and I'll see how that goes. But if you know someone who can help me, please do reach out. I will appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much.
There's literally nothing you can do. So this identity theft that Chidima's mother committed in order to register probably herself as a South African citizen and then register Chidima as a child born of a South African citizen has completely destroyed somebody's life and the person's children's lives as well. Completely destroyed that. And we have so many examples of this happening in South Africa.
Yes.
So again, I want the whole of Africa to look into this situation and see why South Africans complain about foreign nationals. I want you to see that. This should be an eye-opening thing for Africa in general. And I don't want it to be a situation where it's like we're pointing fingers at foreign nationals. We should be helping each other to solve these issues in the continent, because all the stuff is not only happening in South Africa, it happens everywhere. So we should be trying to solve these issues so that people's identities don't get stolen, so that people's lives don't get ruined.
Yes.
Whether it's in South Africa or in any other African country, we should be looking into those. But instead, when South Africans complain about these things, we are called xenophobic.
Instead of being helped with solutions.
Instead of trying to help deal with
we
crime.
hear you. How can we combat this? How can we?
We're supposed to be helping each other.
We're not
deal with
supposed to
crime.
complain.
Now,
we're not supposed to have a problem.
all we're doing is just fighting each other while the crime continues, and the crime is getting more and more rampant.
Absolutely.
So this situation should be an eye opener for the rest of Africa, to be like, oh, I see why South Africans are complaining now. Somebody's identity got stolen.
Yeah. Are you only gonna understand it when it happens to you?
I like the fact that this whole situation happened the way that it happened.
Absolutely.
So that everybody can see.
All the attention and eyes are on the situation.
So again, I'd like to sympathize. I'd like to sympathize for Chidima herself.
Definitely. I mean, this is not a nice experience.
She probably grew up.
The worst time of her life.
She probably grew up believing that she actually is a South African. She grew up in South Africa and living somewhat a South African life. But again, because of her presentation, which leans more to her father's side, which is Nigerian, we just felt like she's not a good representation for South Africa. But this whole situation for her must have been a terrible experience. She didn't choose for this to happen to her. She didn't. But again, how everything played out during these past couple of weeks, there was a bit of arrogance there, I must say.
Yeah, which made people feel less sorry.
Yeah, which rubbed people the wrong way, and which made people actually investigate this situation when it didn't need to happen. It didn't need to happen.
Yes,
but
it was honestly that made people like, oh, what? We're telling you no, you are saying yes.
But now the truth has come out, so again, I just want the rest of Africa to see why South Africans are complaining.
Yeah.
Somebody's life has been destroyed because one of your fellow Nigerians have come into the country illegally.
No.
This is why we say
you can't steal someone's identity, guys. That's wrong.
We just want people to respect our laws. That's it. If you respect our laws, there will be no problems.
Yeah.
No problems at all. If you come into the country illegally,
showing sign
you've already disrespected our laws.
Yes.
Already. That means you can do more once you're inside. I just love this situation. Maybe a part of me is a little happy. Maybe a part of me is a little happy that she's out of the competition, but not because I wanted to see her.
See her suffer
or whatever.
No, I actually feel so bad for her. Like, especially last night, I was like, oh my God, no.
I just feel like she wasn't a good representation for South Africa.
Yeah, this is far, and I wish she could have just honored that and respected that and just moved to the side. But this was a blessing in disguise for that family. This would have never came out. They would have continued suffering there.
Yeah. So
not knowing who took their identity.
Yeah. There's some good that came out of this.
Yeah.
There's some good. But yeah, this.
So God used you, Chidima.
Use you to expose your parents.
Yes.
You expose your parents' sins, and now your parents gotta pay for their sins.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But yeah, South Africa won in this case. The xenophobes won, unfortunately. So I hope the rest of Africa gets to witness what South Africans go through every day. But it is what it is. You guys let us know what you think about this whole situation.
Yeah, let us know.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And keep watching. Bye-bye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.
Zippy in documents.
Abahanda.